A very good morning and namaste to all of you. Today I'm going to talk about on the topic journey to self-discovery through Ayurveda. In Ayurveda, we do have the concept of Prakruti, which talks about knowing ourselves. Because in day-to-day life, it is very much important that each and every person should know about himself or herself to deal with various situations, because this is a very common complaint in day-to-day life that others do not understand me. Say for example, our family members or our colleagues or our neighbors or our society members, we feel that they do not understand us. But in the process of knowing others, it is very much important that one should understand himself or herself first. Then only we will be able to understand others. Now, let me take you to the journey of self-discovery through Ayurveda. But before that, I would like to share these two beautiful quotes. First one, which says, when you try to understand everything, you'll not understand anything. The best way is to understand yourself, and then you will understand everything. So it is very important that one should understand himself or herself first, then only will start to understand others. The other quote says, knowing yourself lets you understand others. So with these two beautiful quotes, let me start with my presentation, which talk about an important concept in Ayurveda that is called as Prakruti. Prakruti is nothing but individual psychosomatic body constitution. This is also known as genetic makeup of that particular individual, can also be termed as biological body constitution. The objective of my presentation will be to make you understand what is Prakruti, why each and every person should know about his or her own Prakruti. Because being a physician, it is my moral duty to know the details about my patient, but being a layman, why each and every person should know about himself or herself, that we are going to see. So why should I know about my Prakruti? How this Prakruti is formed? What is the impact of this Prakruti on an individual? Whether this Prakruti is related to health or is it related to the disease condition? Is it related to my lifestyle or my profession, my behavior, how it is related to my food, how it is related to my medicine? This is all we are going to see. So first, why one should know about his or her own Prakruti. So right now we are living in the era of standardization. What is standardization? It is nothing but a same protocol which will be provided for mass people. For example, since last 6 to 7 months, there's a lot of discussion about COVID-19 pandemic, and the entire world is looking for a common solution for mass public. Since last 6 months, a lot of efforts have been done to find out a solution in the form of a single vaccine which can take care or which can prevent COVID-19 infection in all the individuals. So it is like finding the same protocol for mass public, maybe it food or medicine or lifestyle. So a common protocol will be designed for a mass people from the society so that the disease, whatever they are suffering, can be easily taken care of. Now it is like one solution for all. But in the last few years, in the medical field, uh, which shows that this particular phenomena of standardization has failed. Um, the reason behind that is diversity. In medical science, or particularly in medical research, we depend on the probability of 95%. So for example, when a particular medicine is designed, we see that that particular medicine should work on at least 95% patients of that particular disease in the society. But uh, rest of the 5% patients who are not from that category, what about them? So here comes the concept of Prakruti. The genetic makeup of that particular person is responsible why he or she is not responding to that particular medicine. The genetic makeup of that person changes the overall personality of that person in the same family. Even the kids who are born to the same parents, they will have different kind of personalities. Not only the kids from the same parents, but even the twins have personality differences. So certainly there is something which is responsible for the personality differences between two individuals. So scientists are looking towards personalized medicine. Since last 5 to 10 years, there's a lot of discussion about personalized medicine. Now, what is personalized medicine? Personalized medicine is nothing but a particular diet or medicine will be prescribed on the basis of genetic makeup of that person. And here comes the concept of Prakriti. The concept of Prakriti is practiced in Ayurveda since ages. This is a gateway to a very healthy and long life. So one has to know the Prakriti before anything else, like a blood group. In day-to-day life, now this is very common that each and every individual should know the blood group of his or her own blood composition. So like a blood group, each and every person should also know about the genetic makeup or the Prakriti of himself or herself so that he can live a very healthy and long life or disease-free life. So let us talk about the understanding of Prakriti, that is a psychosomatic body constitution. So first, let us see the definition of Prakriti. The definition of Prakriti is available in the text named Sushruta Samhita. It is one of the very important and foremost texts of Ayurveda, which was written almost 3000 to 4000 years back. According to the definition which is described in Sushruta Samhita, who says, Shukra Shonita Sanyogi Yo Bhavet Desh Dosha Utkataha Prakrutir Jayate Tena Tasya Me Lakshanam Shrunu. Means Prakriti is a combination of Shukra and Shonit. Shukra here represents the seed which is coming from father, and Shonit represents the seed which is coming from mother. So the combination of these two seeds is responsible for zygote formation or for the new offspring. So the doshas or bodily humors which are there in each and every person, the composition of these particular doshas which is transferred to the new baby in the form of Shukra and Shonit, and their combination is responsible for deciding the Prakriti of that particular person. So Shukra here represents, or it can be easily correlated with sperm. Shonit can be easily correlated with Oham. So the combination of this sperm and Oham, which is responsible for zygote formation. So the doshas which are coming from father and mother in the form of sperm and Oham, the combination of these doshas leads to zygote formation. So the dosha predominance which is there inside the sperm and Oham is responsible in designing the Prakriti of that person. Now there are certain factors which influence in deciding the Prakriti of that particular individual. The first one is Shukra Shonita Garbhashaya Prakriti. So the doshas which are predominant in Shukra and Artha are majorly responsible for designing or deciding the Prakriti of that person. Another factor is Kala Garbhashaya Prakriti. Now Kala Garbhashaya Prakriti is nothing but the doshas which are predominant at the time of conception. So whenever the seed from mother and father combine, the doshas which are predominant at that time are going to decide the Prakriti of the baby. So the doshas which are predominant in the garbhashay or uterus or womb of the mother are responsible for deciding Prakriti. Even seasonal variations are also to be taken into consideration, because as per Ayurveda, these three different doshas, that is Vata, Pitta and Kapha, who are responsible for our day-to-day life functions, or it can be said that the entire physiology of human body is dependent upon these three bodily humors, that is Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Vata is responsible for all kinds of transportations and movement. Pitta is responsible for all kinds of transformations, whereas Kapha is responsible for regeneration. So the three doshas, there's continuously ups and down which is going on inside the body as per the season. For example, in Varsha Rutu or rainy season, in each and every person, Vata dosh will be predominant. In Sharad Rutu or autumn, Pitta dosh will be predominant. And in Vasant Rutu or spring, Kapha dosh will be predominant. So if the conception has taken place in rainy season or autumn or spring season, respectively, Vata dosh, Pitta dosh and Kapha dosh will be dominant in the womb of the mother, and these three doshas will be influencing the Prakriti of the newborn. So the conception time is very much important because it can have its impact in deciding the Prakriti of the newborn. Now, another factor and most important factor is Matuhu Ahara Vihara Prakriti. Matuhu represents mother, Ahar is food, and Vihar regimen. So, after the conception, the entire duration of 9 months, that is antenatal period, so whatever mother is exposed to, what kind of food she is taking, what kind of regimen she is following, that can have a significant impact in deciding the Prakriti of the newborn. So mother's food and mother's activity in antenatal period are very much important. In particularly in Indian culture, we see that whenever a female announces that she has conceived, immediately a strict code of conduct is designed for her, because uh, it is a very much thought process, or since ages it has been practiced in Indian houses that whatever mother is exposed to, or what kind of food she is taking, what kind of clothes she is wearing, it is going to have its impact on the newborn, not only physically, but it can have a very significant impact on the psyche of the newborn. So that's why a strict code of conduct is designed and to be followed by the would-be mother during these 9 months. In Ayurveda, we do have the concept of Garbha Sanskar. It starts before conception. It can have its impact at the time of conception and after conception. So Garbha Sanskar is a concept which helps us to design a baby who can have the best of the qualities in the form of physique or in the form of psyche. So the guidelines are given to the couple. Whenever a couple decides that they want to conceive, a proper counseling is done. Certain guidelines are told that what kind of things should be done before conception, at the time of conception, and after conception. So if a couple follows all those guidelines, then certainly it can have a very positive impact on the psyche of the newborn. So certainly the concepts like Garbha Sanskar will help us to design a society which is physically and mentally very much healthy. The next concept is Mahabhuta Vikara Prakriti. We all know that our body is made up of 5 elements. Those 5 elements are Akash, Vayu, Tej, that is Agni Tattva, and Jala and Prithvi. Now here you can see the correlation between these 5 elements and the 3 doshas. These 5 elements, out of these 5 elements, the predominance of Akash Mahabhut and Vayu Mahabhut is responsible for the dominance of Vata dosh. The predominance of Tej Mahabhut or fire component is responsible for dominance of Pitta dosh, and the dominance of Jala plus Prithvi, that is the combination of water plus earth, is responsible for the formation of Kapha. So these Panchamahabhutas are responsible for the dominance of these 3 doshas respectively. The next and most important will be parents' lifestyle, and that too particularly mother's lifestyle, what kind of behavior or what kind of situations she is exposed to, what kind of thoughts are there in the 9 months of pregnancy, what kind of food she is consuming, what kind of occupation she is doing, because all the thoughts related to that particular thing is going to influence the psyche of the newborn. So many times we are asked this question that whether we can manipulate the Prakruti, because as the mother, particularly during the antenatal period of 9 months, whatever she is exposed to, or the concept like Garbha Sanskaras, where we are guiding the couple before conception, during conception, and after conception, that too during 9 months of antenatal period. So all these things can have a very positive impact on the psyche of the individual. So when somebody asks whether the Prakruti can be manipulated, then certainly the answer will be yes. Right now we are living in the era of designer baby. The concept of designer baby comes from modern science, where what they do is they are going to modify, or they are going to deal with genetic makeup of that particular individual, and they are going to modify the genes. So certainly all those genes who are responsible for bad traits, or the genes which are responsible for particular diseases in the future, so all those genes will be modified or replaced, so that the baby who is going to born will have only the best of the physical properties, the best of the psychological properties, and best of the behavioral properties. So this is the concept of designer baby. So it deals with genetic modifications, and with the help of designer baby, we can have a better progeny. In Ayurveda, we do have the concept of designer baby, where we are going to monitor and control mother's diet, her lifestyle, her thoughts, home atmosphere. So all these things in the form of Garbha Sanskar can help us to manipulate the psyche or the behavior of the newborn who is going to born. Also, we are asked with many times this particular question, that is, can Prakruti harm the individual? So certainly the answer is no. The Prakruti of that particular person is not going to harm him or her. But each and every Prakruti has got its own advantages and disadvantages. If a particular person knows his or her own Prakruti, knows his or her positive and negative traits, then certainly he can live a very healthy, long, and disease-free life. Also, this is one of the FAQs that we face, that does Prakruti change? So Prakruti of each and every person never changes throughout the life. As per the description which is available in the ancient texts of Ayurveda, which clearly says that Prakruti only changes at the time of death. Otherwise, the answer is no. So whatever Prakruti is designed at the time of conception, throughout the life of that person, he or she has to live with that Prakruti. Talking about the types of Prakruti, these are the 4 kinds of Prakruti that we generally talk about. First is Doshaja Prakruti, second is Bhautik Prakruti, third is Manas Prakruti, and fourth is Jatyadi Prakruti. But I am going to restrict myself majorly to the Doshaj Prakruti. Now let us see what kind of Prakrutis are there. So these are the 7 types of Prakruti, depending upon the permutations and combinations of the doshas. First 3 Prakrutis, that is, these are called as individual Prakrutis, that is Vata Prakruti, Pitta Prakruti, and Kapha Prakruti, where the person will be dominated by one dosh, respectively Vata, Pitta, and Kapha dosh is going to, or are responsible for Vata Prakruti, Pitta Prakruti, and Kapha Prakruti. After that, there are Dvidoshas Prakruti, where the person will be dominated by 2 doshas, either Vata Pitta, Vata Kapha, or Pitta Kapha. And the last and most important Prakruti, which is considered as the best Prakruti, where there is a balance of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha dosh. And this Prakruti is considered as best. Amongst the 3 Prakrutis, that is Vata Prakruti, Pitta Prakruti, and Kapha Prakruti is considered as the best Prakruti, whereas Vata Prakruti is considered as a heen or worst Prakruti. And why this kind of discrimination is done amongst the Prakrutis, that we are going to see and understand when we see the details about the physical and psychological traits of these 7 Prakrutis. Besides that, depending upon the predominance of Panchatattvas, if a person is having Prithvi dominant body composition, then it is said that this person is having Parthiv Prakriti. Respectively, if the person is dominated by water element, fire element, air element, or ether element, that is Apya, Tejasa, Vayaviya, and Akashya Tattvas are responsible for that kind of Prakriti. Besides that, Manas Prakriti deals with these three important gunas, that is Sattva, Raja, and Tama. Whenever we talk about psyche, we always talk about these three gunas which influences the psychological trait or the behavior of that particular person. So there are 7 kinds of Sattvic Prakriti, 6 kinds of Rajas Prakriti, and 3 kinds of Tamas Prakriti. So whenever person's psyche or behavior is dominated by Sattva gun, then it is considered as Sattvic Prakriti. So all kinds of good trait or ideal persons will be there of Sattvic Prakriti. Rajas Prakriti, all these persons will be dominated by Rajogun. So there'll be a lot of movements will be there. There'll be more talkative persons, and continuously they'll uh, particularly they will thought about working continuously. So these are the most active persons amongst this Sattvic, Rajas, and Tamas Prakriti. Tamas Prakriti are those kinds of persons whose psyche is dominated by Tamogun. So these are lethargic kind of persons. They do not want to indulge in more physical activities, or most of the time they would like to pass with sleeping. So these kind of characters will be there in Manas Prakriti. Now, the last category of Prakriti is called as Jatyadi Prakriti. Jatyadi Prakriti, the first type of Jatyadi Prakriti is termed as Jati Prasakta Prakriti. Jati Prasakta Prakriti is based on the caste a particular person belongs to. So, from Jati Prasakta to Vayanupatini, these 5 Prakritis are common to mass persons, whereas the last one, that is Pratyatmaniyata, is restricted or limited to that individual only. So whenever certain characters are common in a particular caste, creed, or community, that is called as Jati Prasakta community. Whenever certain traits are common in the family or race, then that is called as Kula Prasakta community. Deshanupatini Prakriti is related to habitat. So there are certain behavioral patterns or food patterns or physical similarities between the persons who are living a particular habitat. Say for example, all those persons who are living in North India will have a very heavy built up. They are physically very strong. So that is the reason behind that is Deshanupatini Prakriti. Kalanupatini Prakriti is related to the predominance of a dosh in that particular season. In the previous slides, we have seen that in Sharad Rutu, Pitta is predominant. So in Sharad Rutu, that particular person will have the predominance of the characters of Pitta Prakriti. So Prakriti characters or signs will change as per, or it will have its influence as per the season. Vayanupatini Prakriti is related to age. In Ayurveda, we do have the concept that these 3 doshas, their continuously ups and downs are going on. Say, for example, in 0 to 30 years, this is what it is said in Ayurveda, that almost first 30 years, the person's body is dominated by Kapha dosh. Then the next, that is 31 to 60, his body is dominated by Pitta dosh, and 60 onwards, his body is dominated by Vata dosh. So, if we divide the individual's life in 3 parts, then the first 1/3 will be dominated by Kapha dosh, second 1/3 will be dominated by Pitta dosh, and the third 1/3 part of the life will be dominated by Vata dosh. So this is how these 3 doshas will have its impact on the physical as well as psychological characters of a person as the age progresses. And the last and most important Prakriti is the individual Prakriti, which is decided at the time of conception. And we are going to see the details of this Prakriti. Now let us talk about the physical characters of Vata Prakriti. Vata Prakriti person, this is how generally Vata Prakriti persons look alike. You can see the picture where the person is very lean and thin. You can see the fat content comparatively, the subcutaneous fat content is very less. So these persons are generally emaciated or very lean and thin kind of persons. They are talkative. Their voice will be very much harsh. There's a whenever they are associated with any kind of movement, or whenever they are walking, or whenever they are taking food, or whenever they are doing any kind of movement, the movements will be very fast. This is a typical character of Vat Prakriti persons. The body is not that much well built. Their eyes will be unstable. Also, here you can see the blood vessels are visible because the fat content of the person is comparatively less. These persons, as the subcutaneous fat content is very less, cannot bear the cold. So they are not comfortable in cold climatic conditions. You can see visible tendons and veins due to less fat content in their body. They are often afflicted with cold, shivering, and stiffness, as their body has predominance of Vata dosh, and Vata dosh has inherent character or property of Shita gun. So whenever cold climatic conditions will be there, immediately these persons will be afflicted with the diseases like common cold or shivering or stiffness, particularly neck stiffness or back stiffness. There will be continuous roughness of the hairs will be there. Uh, Hairs particularly of the head or body hairs, even these nails will be comparatively very brittle. Hand and feet will become very much roughness. You can see here the photographs. There's a dryness of the hairs, dryness of the skin, and such kind of cracks will be there around the feet of these persons. So cracking of the limbs will be there whenever they are doing any kind of movements. So all these movements produces certain sounds. These are not the most beautiful or handsome kind of persons. Their hairs are comparatively less and dry. This is a common character which is found in Vat Prakriti persons. And for this, we need to ask, or we need to take the history from the parents or brothers or sisters or spouse, that in their sleep, these persons, uh, teeth grinding, that is the pressing of upper and lower teeth against each other, this will be found in these persons. Very lean and thin, this I have already told. They're very poor in the accumulation of the gems, wealth, and friends. So comparatively, these persons will have uh, moderate kind of financial status, and even the number of friends will be comparatively less. They're fast walkers, so it is very difficult to cope up with the speed of these persons if you are taking a walk with these persons. Wanderer is a perfect terminology for these persons because they always like to move, they are always ready to walk, and they always like to visit newer places. So too much wandering is associated with Vata Prakriti. In their dreams, they can see that continuously they are flying or they are running. So continuous movements will be there in their dreams also. As we have seen, the financial status will be comparatively weak. The strength will be very less, and even the sleep pattern will be disturbed. Gluttons will be the perfect word to define Vata Prakriti persons because they are devoted to eating and drinking in excess quantities. Though they are taking food in excessive quantities, then also these persons are not going to gain the weight. Generally, talking about the behavior about these persons, these are pleasure seekers, desires of music, humor, hunting, gambling. So moody will be the perfect word to define Vata Prakriti persons. There'll be again and again mood swings. So sometimes they'll like music, sometimes they'll like humor, sometimes they'll like dancing. So continuously their moods are changing, and according to that, they are continuously indulge into various kind of activities due to mood swings. As these persons are comparatively very thin, so they seem to be very tall. This is what generally which is suitable to them, and also they desire these three things, that is sweet, sour, and salty food materials. This is what which suits or which is very good for maintaining the health of these Vata Prakriti persons. We have seen this whenever they do any kind of movement, continuously the sounds will be there either from the knee joint or from the back or from the elbow. Not beautiful eyes. Eyes are unpleasant, like a dead person. Even many times we come across with the history that whenever these persons sleep, they keep their eyelids or eyes open. Their calf, here you can see in the photograph, calf muscles are particularly well developed, as these persons love walking or excessive walking is associated, and that's why as compared to other muscles, calf muscles will be comparatively bulky. Talking about Pitta Prakriti, yes, he is a person who can be clearly placed in Pitta Prakriti category. Pitta Prakriti is dominated by Teja Tattva, and that's why these persons are not comfortable in hot climatic conditions. These are very delicate kind of persons. The complexion will be very fair. Even though these people are having fair complexions, but there is a slight reddish tint will be there in Pitta Prakriti. Excessive moles or the signs of aging will be found at a very early age in Pitta Prakriti persons. As their body is dominated by Teja Tattva, therefore there will be excessive hunger and thirst. Even if we take proper history, we come across with this kind of complaints that again and again they suffer from the complaints like mouth ulcers, yes, as I already told, premature graying of the hairs or hair fall or wrinkles. These are the signs of aging. As Pitta is responsible for transformation, so the Pitta dosh is responsible for fastening the process of aging, and that's why the signs of aging will be comparatively at a very early age in Pitta Prakriti persons as compared to Vata Prakriti and Kapha Prakriti persons. The hairs of these persons will be very soft or silky kind of hairs will be there, but the number will be very less. Slight brownish or reddish tint will be there in the hairs. Even premature graying of the hairs or hair fall is very common with Pitta Prakriti persons. Most of the bald persons are associated with Pitta Prakriti. They will have a very strong digestive fire. So more food and liquid intake will be there. But as these persons are dominated by Pitta dosh, they cannot stand a very much physical or psychological stress for long time. So Pitta Prakriti persons are a very smart kind of persons. They do not believe in hard work, rather they believe in smart work. So they cannot bear the physical and psychological stress for longer times. All time eaters, as their body is dominated by Teja Tattva, so they are placed in this category. These are very delicate kind of persons, and that's why the body parts will be very soft. The quantity of sweat or urine or stool will be comparatively more as compared to other Prakritis. Yes, you can see the photographs. Excessive sweating is associated with Pitta Prakriti person. So Pitta Prakriti persons are the persons who are or who will be using maximum deodorants throughout the year. Excessive sweating is associated. Sometimes foul smelling is also associated, and that's why continuously they have to use either perfumes or deodorants. This is what which is associated with Pitta Prakriti, that in Vata Prakriti and Pitta Prakriti, comparatively there will be lesser interest in sexual activities, and that's why the number of kids to a couple who either is from Vata Prakriti category or Pitta Prakriti category, the number of kids will be comparatively less. Their body will be flabby, eyes will be reddish, nails, tongue, lips, even palms and sole of the feet, there will be slight reddish tint, which is associated with Pitta Prakriti. Now here you can see these are the bright color. This is what Pitta Prakriti persons are going to see in their dreams. Yes, Pitta Prakriti persons are also not the most beautiful persons. Generally in middle age, or you can say 18, 20, 25, these are the most beautiful persons. But as age progresses, the signs of aging will be at a very early age, and that's why these persons are kept in this category of not most beautiful or handsome kind of persons. But intellectually, these are very bright persons, as their body is dominated by Ushna Tattva, and that's why these persons always prefer colder places. Whenever these persons are exposed to sun, immediately there'll be reddish tint in their eyes. So eyes will become more red whenever they are angry, or whenever they consume alcohol, or whenever they are exposed to sun. In their dreams, they are going to see these bright objects, that is lightning or meteors or fire. So Pitta dosh, which has got a predominance of Teja Tattva, that Teja Tattva is responsible for such kind of dreams. Now let us talk about Kapha Prakriti. Kapha Prakriti person, this is how the built up of Kapha Prakriti will be there. You can see a very heavy or bulky kind of built up will be there in Kapha Prakriti. Kapha Prakriti persons will have very smooth and oily body parts because their body is dominated by Kapha dosh, which has got a predominance of Jala Tattva and Prithvi Tattva. A very greasy kind of complexion will be there of Kapha Prakriti persons. It's always a pleasure. These are the most beautiful kind of persons, so it's always a pleasure to see them. These are very tender and fair people. Vata Prakriti, sorry, Pitta Prakriti and Kapha Prakriti persons, both the persons will have fair complexion. But in Pitta Prakriti, a slight reddish or brownish tint will be there in their complexion. Yes, Adnan Sami is the right person who can be placed in Kapha Prakriti category. Kapha Prakriti persons will have more interest in sexual activities, and that's why the number of kids to such couples who belong to Kapha Prakriti will be comparatively more. Exactly opposite to Vata Prakriti persons, Kapha Prakriti persons will have a very stable kind of physical built up, well-built body will be there, and heavy body is generally found in Kapha Prakriti persons. Well-nourished body parts will be there. As Vata Prakriti persons are very fast in their activities, exactly opposite to this, Kapha Prakriti persons are very slow in their activities, very slow in their food intake, or very slow in their speech. Talking about the gait, it is said that Kapha Prakriti persons will be having gait that is elephant gait. So very slow and steady kind of gait of whenever these particular persons walk. Kapha Prakriti persons will have less thirst, hunger, sweat, and anger. Their voice will be very sweet. So most of the persons who belong to singing profession, majority of the time their body is dominated by Kapha dosh and they belong to Kapha Prakriti. These are the most beautiful kind of persons. They like sweet, though sweet is not good for them because sweet is going to increase Kapha dosh in their body. Then also they always prefer or like sweet taste or food materials which is having sweet taste in predominance. They'll have a very wide chest, big forehead. You can see in the picture, very good physical strength will be there. They will have the most beautiful eyes. The sclera will be very bright white. So these are the characters which are associated with Kapha Prakriti. Now, as these Kapha Prakriti persons are dominated by water and earth component, so in their dreams, they are going to see all these aquatic places or animals or flowers who are generally found near the water reservoirs. Talking about the hairs of Kapha Prakriti persons, they are majority of the time you'll find that they'll be curly, very thick and black or jet black color will be there of the hairs of Kapha Prakriti persons. As Kapha Prakriti persons are whatever they do it after proper thorough thought process. So whatever their decisions, they are very well thought decisions, and that's why the financial status of Kapha Prakriti persons will be very good. Their sounds will be very, whenever they speak, the sound will be very much loud, like clouds or mridang or lion. In their dreams, they are going to see rivers, lakes, or beaches, or the lotus flowers, or swan, or aquatic animals, and that is due to the predominance of Kapha dosh in their body. Now, talking about the relation of Prakriti and Agni. Agni is a component which is responsible for the digestion. So whatever food we consume, that food is digested by our digestive fire or Agni. Now in Vata Prakriti person, this digestive fire is always Visham. So Visham means irregular. So irregular is a perfect word which defines Vata Prakriti person. Whereas whenever these three doshas are balanced, these persons will have Sama Agni. It means if a particular food material, for proper digestion of that food material, if it takes around 5 to 6 hours for Sama Prakriti persons, and if the same food is offered to Vata Prakriti person, then this Vata Prakriti person sometime digest that food stuff in maybe 3.5 or 4 hours, and sometimes they may take more than 6 hours. So there's irregularity. This is what Vishama Agni means. In Pitta Prakriti, as their body is dominated by fire component, the Agni will be very Tikshna. So if Sama Prakriti person takes 5 hours, then always Pitta Prakriti persons are going to take less than 5 years. So Danda Shukaha is a Sanskrit word which defines Pitta Prakriti, because whatever they eat, immediately they are going to digest, and again they feel hungry. So continuously there will be desire to eat something. Then Kapha Prakriti person, as their body is dominated by Jala Tattva or Pruti Tattva, comparatively the Agni is very weak. So always the digestion and metabolism will be very slow. So as compared to other persons, that is Pitta Prakriti and Sama Prakriti, they are going to take more time for digestion. One more component which is important, that is Koshta. So whenever a healthy person or a disease patient comes to our OPDs, in the assessment of the Prakriti, these two questions are very much important, that what kind of Agni they are having and what kind of Koshta. Koshta is nothing but bowel habits. Sometimes if the person is having constipated bowel, means if many times they are having the complaint of constipation, then it can be said that they are having Krura Koshta. So they are going to pass the stool which is very hard. Whereas exactly opposite to that, Pitta Prakriti persons will have a very soft bowel. So always they'll be passing either a very soft or liquid kind of stool. Whereas in Kapha Prakriti, they'll always pass the stool which is having moderate consistency. So in Vata Prakriti, always there's a complaint of constipation, or they'll be passing the stool which is very hard. In Pitta Prakriti, it will be the most soft stool, whereas in Kapha Prakriti, it will be moderate kind of stool. So this history helps us to decide the Prakriti of that person. Now, let us talk about the psychological and behavioral features of various Prakritis. Vata Prakriti persons are more awake and alert, whereas also Vata Prakriti persons, due to the Vata predominance, they are very talkative, quick initiator, immediately get irritated, very fast onset of the diseases. These are the characters which are found in Vata Prakriti. They are very quick in likes and dislikes, and continuously due to mood swings, their likes and dislikes are going to change. But one of the best qualities of Vata Prakriti is they are the best learners and fast learners. So they are very quick in grasping, but simultaneously they forget the things on and off very regularly. Sometimes Vata Prakriti persons, due to their behavior, are placed in the category of uncultured persons, or thievish kind of attitudes will be there in Vata Prakriti. Jealousy will be there in the psyche of Vata Prakriti persons. As we have seen previously, they are always interested in music, dancing, or like activities. This is also a bad quality which is associated with Vata Prakriti, that is cruel kind of persons. They lack in courage. Now, it is not like that all the Vata Prakriti persons will be uncultured or thievish or jealous or cruel. If they are Vata Prakriti persons are dominated by Sattva Gun, or they are associated with the persons who are Sattva predominant, or continuously they are exposed to certain literature which is a Sattva predominant, then certainly all these bad qualities will not be there in Vata Prakriti persons. Also, Vata Prakriti persons, due to their mood swings, they are not very good in maintaining their friendships. So that's why they are having very less friends due to unsteady friendships. As they are ungrateful, they are also associated with too much wandering or movements. They are very unsteady in their mind, And that's why it is said that they are having disorganized mind. They cannot come up or stick to a particular idea for a very long time. Continuously, the ideas are changing, and that's why their moods and activities are changing. Also, Vata Prakriti persons will have certain issues with their concentration. It is very difficult for them to concentrate their mind on a particular issue for a very long time. They'll have unsteady vision. Irrelevant speaking is quite associated with Vata Prakriti persons. They're unstable in their intellect, memory, movements, and affections. Many times, Vata Prakriti persons are found to be atheist. They don't believe in God. As we have seen previously, that these persons are having disorganized minds, and that's why these are shakeable and not determined towards achieving their goals. They doesn't have control over themselves. These are not the most noble or generous kind of persons. Now, Pitta Prakriti persons are very brave kind of persons, but though they are very brave, they generally run away from hard work. They always believe in smart kind of work. Pitta Prakriti persons are most short-tempered persons, so anger is always associated, and they will have difficulties in anger management. They get immediately angry, but simultaneously they cool down also immediately. Pitta Prakriti persons are intellectual kind of persons. So all those persons who are experts in their field or on the top positions in their field, majority of the time they belong to Pitta Prakriti. As they are having the best kind of intellect, always they are debate winners, doesn't surrender to fear. They are undefeatable in the assemblies or in the discussions. They are not kind towards those who have not surrenders. So they are going to console or donate only to those who are obedient to them. They are courageous kind of persons. They have ability to face the fear and enmity. As they are the most intellectuals and most successful in their field, many times ego is associated with these persons. As their psyche is dominated by Sattva Gun, the character will be very good. They believe in cleanliness. They take care of their supporters. Now, talking about Kapha Prakriti, as we have seen previously, Kapha is associated with slow kinds of movements, and that's why these are the slow beginner kind of persons. They do not get irritated easily. Even the disease in their body grows very slowly. They are the most grateful kind of persons, courageous persons, very tolerant, or we can say in these three Prakriti, that is Vata Prakriti, Pitta Prakriti, and Kapha Prakriti. Kapha Prakriti persons are the most tolerant kind of persons. They are not greedy, slow learners, but they are going to keep the enmity for a very long time. The psyche of Kapha Prakriti persons is also dominated by Sattva Guna, but Kapha Prakriti persons, as compared to Vata Prakriti and Pitta Prakriti, can withstand hardships. So they can bear physical stress as well as psychological stress for a very long time. They always believe in honoring their preceptors. They have unwavering faith in the scriptures and intelligence. They are very steady in their friendship and financial status. They always grant gifts after considering the receiver. First, they are going to look into the characters of the persons who is going to receive. Then only they are going to donate. Even the selection of the words is very peculiar with Kapha Prakriti persons, and that's why they are having a very long and steady kind of friendship. So whatever they are going to speak, that will be a very well thought word. They afford the status of their preceptors. They can bear hunger, thirst, and stress for a very long time. They are truth believer and also follow the truth throughout their life. They are very generous kind of persons. They never use harsh and sarcastic words. They'll have the best kind of memory in all the three categories, that is Vata Prakriti, Pitta Prakriti, and Kapha Prakriti. So the memory of Kapha Prakriti person is like an elephant. They are going to remember very small detail of each and everything for a very long time. Perseverance is the best quality which is associated with Kapha Prakriti persons. They are the most humble and modest kind of persons. Yes, this is what we generally found in history, that they do not weep in their childhood. This history we need to take either from the siblings or the parents. They're very less speaking, the anger will be comparatively very less, the quantity of the food or drink they're going to consume will be comparatively very less. Yes, Kava Prakriti persons are going to live a very healthy and long life. Also, the financial status will be very good. And that's why amongst these three Prakriti, Kapha Prakriti is considered as best due to all of these physical and psychological characters and outcome of these characters. These are the most foresighted kind of people. They believe or have faith in God, very dignified and serious kind of persons. They are always aim chasers, forgiving kind of attitude or civilized kind of attitude is always there with Kapha Prakriti. Yes, sleepy kind of people. So that's why the enthusiasm or energy levels will be comparatively low in Kapha Prakriti, and that's why it is told that they are slow learners and slow beginners. Lazy is a odd quality which is associated with Kapha Prakriti persons. They take more time to finish the work. So Dirgha Sutri is a word which defines Kapha Prakriti. They are going to finish their work, it is 100% sure, but they are going to take more time as compared to Vata Prakriti and Pitta Prakriti. These are the most straightforward kind of persons, very learned kind of persons, obedient. They are going to maintain their friendships throughout the life. Now, these are the three shlokas which talk about the physical and psychological characters of these three prakritis. This is the shortest narration which is available in the 13th century book, that is Sharangdar Samhita. So in Vata Prakriti, Acharya Sharangdar says that Alpakesha, it means comparatively Vata Prakriti persons will have less hairs. Krusho, the built up of these persons will be comparatively very lean and thin. Ruksha, there is a continuous or excessive dryness on the skin of these individuals, or the body hairs will be comparatively very dry. Vachalaha, excessive talking or irrelevant talking is associated with Vata Prakriti persons. Chalamanasaha, that Vata Prakriti persons will always have difficulties related to concentration. So there's always unsteady things which are going on in their mind. Akashachari Swapneshu, in their dreams continuously they are going to see the things in the, or they are continuously moving or flying in the sky. In Pitta Prakriti persons, Akala Palitair Vyapto, it means premature graying of the hairs or hair fall or the signs of aging will be comparatively at an early age in Pitta Prakriti. Dhiman, the most intellectual kind of persons. Swedi, as their body is dominated by Teja Tattva, so Ushna Gun is comparatively at a very higher level in their body, and that's why excessive sweating is associated with Pitta Prakriti person. Roshanaha, very short-tempered kind of person. Swapnesha Jyotisham Drashta. In their dreams, they are going to see various bright objects in the form of meteors or sun or anything which is very bright. This is what they are going to see in their dreams. Kapha Prakriti persons are Gambhira Buddhi, very serious kind of persons. Sthulangaha. Their built up will be very much strong. Snigdha Keshu, the hairs will be very thick and silky. Mahabalaha, the physical strength will be at the optimum level in Kapha Prakriti persons. Swapne Jalashay Loki. So in their dreams, they are going to see various water reservoirs in the form of beaches or rivers or lakes or the animals or flowers from these water reservoirs. This is what they are going to see. So this is the shortest version of Prakritis which is available in Ayurveda. Now this is what generally these persons look alike. If we stand or if we ask these three persons, that is Vata Prakriti, Pitta Prakriti and Kapha Prakriti persons stand together, then this is how they generally look. Here you can see a very strong built up or heavy built up is there, some kind of fat deposition is there. Pitta Prakriti persons, comparatively the build up is very good, moderate kind of build up. And here Vata Prakriti will have comparatively short stature and the fat content will be very less and lean and thin kind of persons. So this is how these three kind of Prakriti persons will look alike. Now, why each and every individual should know about the Prakriti? So, Prakriti helps to understand ourselves. It also helps to understand the advantages and disadvantages of our own body and mind. It helps us to decide what kind of food, what kind of clothing, or what kind of exercise should be followed by that particular persons. And all this information is going to help us in maintaining our health. Also, the understanding of Prakriti helps us to protect ourselves from various seasonal changes. Even it helps us to decide the profession. Also, it helps us in selection of our life partner. So, the understanding of Prakriti helps us to understand our own behavior. After that, it helps us in understanding the behavior of our life partner, family members, our friends. It helps us in understanding our colleagues, neighbors, our seniors. So ultimately, knowing others around us helps in reducing the interpersonal conflicts. So also Prakriti helps us to know about what kind of diseases we are prone for. Even accordingly, we can go for certain lifestyle changes and easily we can avoid the diseases which we are prone for. So at last, let me conclude. So the ultimate key lies in knowing ourselves. So Ayurveda helps in discovering ourselves with the concept of Prakriti, that is psychosomatic body constitution. So if we know ourselves, then only we can understand others in and around our family or in the society or in the office atmosphere. And certainly the concept of Prakriti is going to help us to lead a very healthy and long life. Let me extend my sincere thanks to the UGC HRDC Center from Gujarat University, Ahmedabad for providing me the opportunity to interact with all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. At last, I would like to leave all of you with this beautiful quotation which clearly says that knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So if you want a very peaceful life, then certainly each and every individual should know the details of the Prakriti, which will help you to understand your own body, which will help you to understand your own psyche, that will help you to understand the strength and weaknesses of yourself. So it is one kind of SWOT analysis which will help you to understand the strength and weaknesses of your body as well as your mind, and accordingly you can plan the things. So thank you very much.